Shalom. First thing and foremost, somebody give all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings and salutation to the hopeful elect. Those in the gospel, broad, lifting up the standard of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, wherever it may be. This is a land back off the brother Amawan Gabar from the main camp, the beloved brother. Shalom to you, bro. Yahweh Shemel Shabrakatah. He did a lesson yesterday regarding this AI post, which shows you that this technology is something crazy, man. They've been experimenting with AI since the inception of computers, movies, video games, computer graphics, whatever you want to call it, because it's just artificial intelligence, which means artificial means it's not really real. But if you look at the designs they have today, and you look at the video games and the voice to recognition and the voice capturing to face recognition, to some of these videos that's floating around on social media regarding Malcolm X, MLK, JFK, the shit is almost scary, man, because we know that this is part of the weapon that Esau can use to demonize us. Okay, they had something a while ago called deepfakes, which they still do have deepfakes. They've had deepfakes of Trump. They had deepfakes of Biden, deepfakes of Obama, saying things that we appear to be saying regarding Babylon the Great and its destruction, but turned out it wasn't nothing but AI. All right, so you got this dude, the Most High Yah only, this fucking bugged out weirdo, and you Old Testament niggas are a bunch of weirdos, man. And the Most High is going to destroy each and every last one of you unless you repent and give your life over to Yahweh Shai, man. Because ain't no way in fucking hell you're going to get any type of salvation without an intercession. And you damn sure ain't got a priesthood set up on his side. Okay, you clowns are not going back to Israel 3 times a year. And you damn sure ain't going within the holies of the holies to sacrifice for your sins once a year. You're not doing that. Okay, not some dreadlock, bum rock, weed smoking, shroom eating nigga sitting in the back of a dark basement some goddamn where on a computer with blunt fingertips talking about the Most High Yah. For one thing, Yah just means he, nigga. Get the whole name right or get lost. All right, but you got this bugged out weirdo, and I guess this is supposed to be this dude, this nigga Naquan from what's the camp? It's called Wi-Fi or something, WFI Israelites, which, you know, they've been out there speaking. I think Naquan been in for maybe 9 years. I don't know, it's pretty young. But basically, this is a deep fake or AI video of what it appears Naquan to be eating flesh and drinking blood. And also, they got the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone on there, too. Okay? And if a bugged out nigga could come up with this technology and he's able to implement it and make it look real, because you could tell it's fake, but from hindsight, it's like, oh, damn, that's just kind of creepy, man. Just imagine what Esau can have us doing on deep fake or on AI. Okay, this is why we tell you brothers out there, man, to be extremely careful. Watch what you post, because they got this thing now that they can take 30 seconds of a soundbite of your voice, and ultimately they can get 30 seconds of your voice, and before you know it, they can have you on record saying a bunch of shit. And those that know us, we go out to the highways and hedges. We don't hide our faces. Okay, we don't hide our identity. We go out there and we speak openly, and we compel Jake to repent. And we have thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of footage of video with our voices on there. So Esau can take literally 30 seconds of a snippet of my voice, and he can turn it into a whole sermon and take my image and likeness and have me running inside of a bank with a loaded weapon, sticking people up, man. You know, and that's clearly not the case. Here I'm doing a lesson, but at the same time, you know, he can have me somewhere else robbing a damn bank or doing a heist or beating somebody up or some shit like that. And this is why timestamps is very important, because they're going to try to use this shit to persecute us, man, because they ain't got none on us. You know, they don't have any type of criminal activity on the men of Yahweh Bashim Haushai, or shouldn't, because we don't engage in that sort of lifestyle, you know. We go home, you know, we do the work, shows, whatever, you know, study. Brothers have their own little personal lives with their families and all this other shit. But Esau is such a weirdo with this whole AI and Palantir shit. He's surveying brothers and sleeping in bed with their women, you know. Brothers giving baths to their children. Esau's a fucking weirdo, man. you know. And whatever you do behind closed doors, if it's not transgression of the law, that's nobody's business, man. You know, if you want to watch fucking Mighty Morphin Power Rangers eating a goddamn chocolate chip cookie, that's your business, you know. But this devil, man, he's going too far. And this technology, if some dusty nigga that don't know Yahweh Shimi Hawashai can put this together, just imagine the shit Esau got on us. You know? And a good movie to watch is Running Man. When he didn't want to compete in the games and he didn't want to go as they beckoned, they had him for an alternate ending saying, well, look, this is what I want to do, X, Y, and Z, but it wasn't even him. Okay, they captured his voice and they made him say things that he didn't even say. So how much more the men of the Lord when the hour of persecution come, when they start gunning for us and trying to incriminate us based on what we teach? Well, you said you was going to mass unalive so-called white people, and you know the scriptures go into us getting revenge on our enemies, but they're gonna make it seem like we're just gonna be out just outright just on some folly, man. You know, and we're not to partake in any of these things until Yahweh Shah returns, man. But yet they'll have you on there saying you're gonna enslave white people, which we did say that, okay, and that's the scriptures. But we not putting Edomites in captivity now. We ain't going out there bashing them upside the head. But they gonna demonize you based on what you said, man, because they understand that the fickleness of this world and the people, you could play off their emotions, man. And it's easy to play off the emotions of people. Oh, you say you gonna grab a 15-year-old girl. Oh, they put that out there. That's an instant bounty on Jake's head, man. Oh, y'all said y'all was gonna grab up 15, 16-year-old girls. When the apostles went into the scriptures on breaking down on how it was lawful at that time to deal with a young woman, what they considered a young woman today, a little girl today. It was a young woman in the ancient world. But they will use that to play on the emotions of these stupid ass people, man. And that's what they're gonna do. Okay? Scriptures go into they made a man an offender for a word. So before I play this weird ass video that this nigga put out there, I'm gonna bring this precept out. 2 Corinthians 2:11, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we're not ignorant of his devices. Yeah, okay, we're not ignorant of Satan's devices, because this is just nothing more but a play on a spirit, man. Okay, this is nothing more but another way Esau can use to demonize the men of the Lord and anybody that's speaking out against his system. Okay, part of Revelation 12:12, Esau coming down with great wrath, man. So, yeah, we coming into some strange times, man. So don't be surprised, brothers. One day, your face is on the news, on a billboard, with a $100,000 bounty on your head based on something you ain't even do. And these people, they're not fucking wise enough to look into the truth, you know, and they just gonna believe it because they already have a tainted perspective about what you teach anyway. So they ain't gonna not believe it. Like, oh, okay, well, I think he did do that. Especially your simple ass family members. Always, I could see him doing that. He was always mad. He always had an attitude. He always cursed out women. Yeah, I could see him saying that when these people don't even understand the semblance of the spirit. You know, this is why we got to get the hell up out of here, man. And this is why the Lord said he was going to keep us from the power or the scourge of the tongue. And I'm going to get that. But this is Revelation 12:12. It says, therefore rejoice ye heavens and ye that dwell in them. But woe unto the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. For the devil is come down and you having great wrath, because he knoweth he had but a short time. Okay, so this is part of it. And he's going to use wacky ass niggas like this, dusty ass niggas, to come up against us too, because the scriptures say baser men of a lesser sort. Okay, so I'm gonna play this video. It's roughly 1 minute and 32 seconds. He got this dude Naquam out here, and this is not really him. This is a deep fake, and I'm sure he's probably seen the video and may do a response to it. But you know, it's getting scary in the land, so you got to be extra circumspect, brothers. Here we go. And this is really a mocking because the Old Testament Israelites, which they ain't nothing but the modern day Sadducees anyway. But they are pissed off at us because we believe in a Savior. But they're so stupid. They claim that the law that they claim to believe in, it tells us of Yahweh Shai is coming. Okay, it tells us in Numbers. It tells us in Deuteronomy, I think the 13th chapter, 14th chapter, if I'm not mistaken. Also, King David, I think it's in Psalms. Is it in Psalms 22? But King David go into the entails of the crucifixion. And there's all sorts of context clues in the Old Testament. Isaiah 53, Isaiah 63, of a Savior coming back to deliver Israel. So what don't these guys understand about that? Okay, but they're so butthurt because they hate Yahweh Shai, man. Okay, and these the same wicked ass Sadducees that didn't believe in the resurrection, they didn't believe in angels, and they only believed in certain aspects of the law. But you'll realize that a lot of these guys are weirdos. They're into Rastafarianism, into Afrocentrism, all this shit, you know, and they're just weird, man. So this is really a shot at us because we believe when you go into the New Testament, I think it's the book of what the Christians call communion. When Yahweh Shai said, "This is my body, and this is my blood. Drink it," which is shed for you with the New Testament, and it wasn't literal blood, nigga. It was wine, bro, which is considered the blood of the blood of the vine, okay, or the grapes, or the blood of the vine, which is the grapes, man, or wine, which wine comes from grapes, you know. And even then, when they thought Yahweh Shai was talking about cannibalism, he had to cut them on that. Like, dude, no, we're not gonna literally eat Yahweh Shai's body, but it's spiritual. Okay, we're not drinking blood. We're not fucking vampires, man. The law tells us you're not supposed to eat anything with blood in it, man. So you dudes are stupid as all hell, and the spirit of the Lord is gonna weed out all you fucking roaches and crush every last one of you niggas that's coming up with this slander, man. Okay? Fucking tired of niggas, man.
You are not smart at all. Your intelligence is on the negative side of the game. Okay? You got the number 0. Your intelligence is below that.
Man, nigga, shut up. Peep this. Scary though, man, because Esau has this type of technology, man, and people, I mean, of course everybody knows it's fake, but it's just the fact that it captured the image and the likeness of the apostles, man. Okay, so this is nothing more but what Esau can use to play on the narrative of us being or saying that we're demons. Okay, but anyway, this is the book of Jeremiah 4, and I'm gonna start at verses 4 and 22. It says, "For my people is foolish, and they have not known me. They are sottish children. They have no understanding. They are wise to do evil, but to do good they have no knowledge." Yeah, because Jake always came against their own prophets, man. Okay, they have an offended hatred towards Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shai. And why this lesson is not necessarily gravitating towards this wicked nigga, is the fact that Esau does have this technology, and he can use it to his advantage, man. Okay, it's gonna get real scary, man, because people are gonna really eat it up. You know, the book of Psalms 10, and I'm gonna start at verses 2. It says, "The wicked in his pride doth persecute the poor. Let them be taken in the devices that they have imagined." Yeah, because eventually, man, all these devices you formulate against the righteous is gonna all come to naught, man. Because even when Yahweh Shai, man, they was looking to catch him up, and they sent spies among Yahweh Shai to trap him up, man. Matter of fact, let's get that in Matthew's I'm gonna find it real quick. Because they sent spies out to see what Yahweh Shai was gonna say and what he was gonna do. Hold on, Slovakia. because this they came up and they was, Yahweh Shai even knew what they was on. They was coming up and they was trying to supplant Yahweh Shai, but he already knew. Saying master, we will see. Hold on, let me find it real quick. Give me a second, brothers. So many precepts. I'm trying to get the one that stood out. John 8 and 4 is good too. Yep, John 8. And I'm going to start at verses 3. And it says, and the scribes and Pharisees brought unto him a woman taken in adultery. And they went and saw her in the midst. And they said it to him, Master, this woman was taken in adultery in the very act. Now Moses and the law commanded us that such should be stoned. But what sayest thou? And this they said, tempting him that they may have to accuse him. But Yahweh Shai stooped down and with his finger wrote on the ground as though he had heard them not. So basically, long story short, they was spying on Yahweh Shai and they was basically keeping a report on him. And they was basically putting or noting everything down to take to the high priests and scribes and wicked Pharisees to show the contradiction on what they believe Yahweh Shai was saying contrary to the law of Moses. And this is why they was trying to trap Yahweh Shai up, man. They'll watch him heal and then they'll go back and they'll report it. This dude just did something on the Sabbath and Yahweh Shai did it on purpose, man. Just to rouse them niggas up because he knew they wasn't right. Okay, when you go to the book of John 7, and I'm going to start at verses, 7, and I'm going to start at verses 7, and it says, the world cannot hate you, but it hated me because I testify of it, that the works thereof are evil. Okay, and it says, but go ye up to this feast. I go not up yet to this feast, for my time is not yet full come. And when he had said these words unto them, he abode still in Galilee. But when his brethren were gone up, then he went up also to the feast, not openly, but as it were in secret. Then the Jews sought him at the feast and said, where is he? So they was asking his whereabouts. And I'm bringing this out is because there's going to be similar talking points around us when we start to do miracles and when we start to speak things into existence. And brothers, we get that power. They're going to use all types of accusations against us, calling us sorcerers, witches. And people are going to believe in the miracles too, because we generally have a great deal of followers that believe. But for the most part, Esau is going to spin a narrative, man. Okay, you would do a miracle in front of your mother and she'll still call you a demon. But you didn't show up for your daughter's 16th birthday party. Here you just fucking healed a nigga of cancer and brought him back damn near from the dead. Well, you just did a miracle and you fed a whole family of 25 with one loaf of bread and made it stretch. And yet your punk ass mama would still call you a demon because you didn't wish your daughter a happy fucking birthday. Like, give me a fucking break, bro. That's why you niggas gotta go. All right. And I'm just saying that in general. But it says here, and when he had said these words unto them, he abode still in Galilee. But when his brethren were gone up, then went he also into the feast, not openly, but as it were in secret. So he kind of disguised himself. He was kind of in a cut. And then the Jews saw him at the feast and said, where is he? And there was much murmuring among the people concerning him. And it would be the same thing, especially when these deep fakes come out or these AI, or these false AI narratives. It says, for concerning him, and some said, he is a good man. And others said, nay, but he deceived the people. So you're going to have a split. You're going to have a group of people that rock with you that's going to come to your defense. Like, nah, man, this brother ain't like that. This is a good dude. He's never gave me any issues. He was always generous. He always had something good to say. He was never disrespectful. But then you're going to have those who you've rubbed wrong in life just based on personal relationships alone, like ex-girlfriends and disgruntled baby mamas and brothers and sisters and mothers and some fathers, co-workers that are going to say, well, yeah, he was a little distant. He was angry. I remember, he put his hands on me, because I slept with his brother. He smacked me, type shit like that, and, your mother, your sisters will go back to the point when you was a kid. They was fucking with you and you got mad and slammed the door, or, somebody stole your Power Rangers and you cried. You know, because somebody ate your birthday cake and sick. They would use all that shit just to mark you up as a demon when these people, they ain't nothing but fucking scum, man. Okay, these people got all types of shit in their barrel. Incest, adultery, drug dealing, drug usage, homosexuality, murdering, all the abortions. These people got all types of shit, man, on them. But yet they'll get mad at you because, you know, they created you to be an outcast by mistreating you. And eventually you got fed up with it. So these people are fucking dumb, man. And this is why it tells us in the book of Job. Matter of fact, let me get that real quick. I think it's Job 22. Hold on. Maybe Job. Yep, this is the book of Job 20. And I'm gonna start at verses. Give me a second, brothers. Maybe Job 18. I always get my Jobs mixed up. No matter how much you read, you still be forgetting shit. Hold on. Scourged tongue. No, that's in Job though. Oh, Job 5 and 21. Oh, I'm way off. I always get Job 5, 18, and 20 mixed up because it's almost similar. But this is the book of Job 5, and I'm going to start at verses 18. It says, "For he maketh sore and bind it up, and he wounded, and his hands make whole. And he shall deliver thee in 6 troubles. Yea, in 7 there shall no evil touch thee." You know, when we get delivered. It says, "In famine he shall redeem thee from death, and in war from the power of the sword. And thou shalt be hid from the scourge of the tongue. Neither should thou be afraid of destruction when it comes." The scourge of the tongue is nothing more of a slander, man. Okay, people talking shit, people looking for you, people wanting to do things, you know, to you. Because, I mean, put it to you this way. Most people that we come across don't really fuck with us like that. Okay, the people that really like us and that know of us is the people that, you know, that, how can I say this? The people that really know us type shit, that know that we spiritual people and know that we're about the Lord's business, and they may have some type of belief where they found some type of comfort in your spirit. But for the most part, motherfuckers at your boxing gym and people you go to work with, they already don't like you. Okay, they already have a certain perspective on you because they've saw the videos, people talk. You know what I'm saying? You may have slipped up and said something. They already know, they're watching. You know, so they don't really like us like that. And when the time comes, it's going to reveal itself. But it says here, "Thou shalt be hid from the scourge of the tongue, neither shall thou be afraid of destruction when it cometh." Okay? So, yeah, man, it's going to get real, real sticky out here in a minute. But I'm going to end it giving all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh Shai. Lord's will, you are edified. Until the next lesson. Shalom.